So BTC moving lower in low volume after moving up higher in low volume. Welcome to Altcoin Buzz Trading. I'm Randy. We're going to look at BTC and what's this coin? Dog WIF hat, and then our ICP setup that we've been following. So we're going to look at those coins today. Stay tuned for that. Hot coin is an interesting one. All right. Bitcoin here today. Yeah, so we did roll over yesterday after breaking the trend line. Volume did accelerate a little bit, but if we look at the daily time frame, not that much. It's under average volume. It's still in this general trend, so this is by no means a major break in the markets. This is likely a move within the larger trend, okay? So within trends, you have moves, right? And you would argue the bigger volume causes the bigger trends. So if you're within a trend and you have lower volume, it stays within the trend. If it has higher volume, it's likely it can break out of the trend. So far, we don't have any higher volume. Everything is still within confines of the base. So we are moving lower, but it's likely that we come back down here somewhere and then potentially stall out, reverse back higher. We will see. But right now, this isn't a major break. It is a break, but just within the trend. And you can see on the chart, pretty much any chart, here's a trend within the trend, here's a 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 trend. You're going to get several trends within the trend before breaking the trend, okay? You can look at, so here's a place where you kind of broke the trend, volume started to increase, things of that nature. So that's what you're looking for. We can break, doesn't mean we're not going to come down here and accelerate volume. That can also happen. But right now, you're just noticing that we don't have that major volume. We are essentially just chopping around a little bit, which is okay. You can take some small trades, but if you see some buying pressure down here, it's likely going to be a wall that you should close the trade. All right, let's take a look at our ICP trade. Let's do that. Let's go straight down the list here. This ICP trade, so far doing its job. Head and shoulders pattern, we talked about this the past couple of days, and it is moving lower. Really doesn't have much buying pressure at all. Volume aggregation tool kind of tells the story. Sellers are fairly consistent over the buyers. Not sure why the buyers are buying. You never do know, but they're always around. Just like these sellers, they're always around. Just matters what they're doing. Some are hedging, some are covering. There's a bunch of dynamics at play in the market that you don't fully understand or know all of the time. You can just guess. So I don't know why there's buyers, but they're there. And head and shoulders pattern, it's working okay. We're moving lower. If you took this trade, if you have this position, fortunately the market never bounced. And wherever your stop is up here, hopefully it's safe. And as long as the market doesn't really have a large rally back, which so far doesn't look like it wants to, then this trade should be okay for now. Obviously, no trade is guaranteed. And you would argue, hey, Randy, this is a big ask to go, down 66%, 60%, something like that. Well, it's implied in the chart. It's not really a big ask, but it may not happen. You know what I mean? So you take these trades with the understanding of uncertainty, and that's just part of the game, ladies and gentlemen. If you can't accept that, then you can't accept trading. So, but anyway, so this one working out pretty good. Let's talk about, what is this stupid thing called? Dog WIF hat. I keep calling like dog what if or something, but dog WIF hat. This is our mover of the day. Actually, to the downside, there's a bigger downside mover than an upside mover in the top 50. So here we are, dog WIF hat. Also with a little tendency to have a head and shoulders pattern here, as a matter of fact. Shoulder, head, and then shoulder. You could consider this part of a shoulder. Could also consider this part of the head, but I'm not going to consider it part of either. The neckline that I would have to draw is too aggressive. This one pretty much horizontal as well. Good stopping point here would be at the top here. Right now, I would argue it's pretty wide. I didn't actually do this ahead of time. 25%, yeah, really hard to take that trade. Any bounce, though, probably could be shorted. As you can probably argue, dog WIF hat, not a very good blockchain. I was going to go out on a limb and say dog WIF hat, probably not as good as other layer ones out there. So, all right, there you go. So, but yeah, rolling over here too as well. This probably could be a good trade. No major entry signal, but you do have a little flag here. You could see maybe an extension lower. If you're lucky, if you want to hold on to it and play with a little bit, maybe a small position, maybe it never comes back. If we do get a big market break, that definitely could be the case. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. Circling back to BTC, looks like we are starting to move lower a little bit, kind of as I'm recording this. So we'll see. But the market is in a downtrend. We broke that miniature uptrend. We're moving lower. If you're in some trades, let the trades work. But I don't think you fully expect them to break lows. If they start breaking lows and keep breaking lows, no need to exit. If you see some accumulation down at the bottom, then definitely could have some exit signals. And from there, I think you take profits because it looks like we're in a low volume drop after a low volume rally. All right, everyone, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow on Altcoin Buzz Trading.